Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club, here with the GTMC Season 6, Round 4 at Brands Hatch at Blighty. And at the moment we are staring at a Schwaboy. Right then. So the GTMC is where they use two manufacturers of the same name, the Group 4 and the Group 3 car. So there you see Racer Brown bombing around at the moment in his Toyota 86 Group 4. And then, after a 10-minute qualifying session on Super Softs, and the first race being a 15-minute sprint race on Super Softs, he'll use the Group 4 Toyota. Then there'll be a short interval, and then we'll be on to a feature race, a 40-minute race using the Group 3 equivalent. So he'll be in the Toyota Group 3 car, as Ensign Ewart will be in the NSX Honda Group 4 for the first part of the race, and then the feature he'll take to the Group 3 manufacturer of Honda. And in the feature race, they have to use at least two compounds from the choice of Super Soft, and a medium tyre. Now, we've been seeing two stops in the feature race, but some of them have been able to make it one stop. So it's a good plethora of strategies that we get. So we should have a good race on our hands. In the chat, Matt Sykes giving us a wave. He's in the Ferrari. And Pat saying hiya, and Skyjacker saying good evening, sir. Why, hello. Skyjacker asking the all-important question. Ready? And Barry and Pat both answering very correctly, as Racer Brown does, as Homesick Alien does. Oh, well. Ensign Ewart, he's a bit of a rebel. And Matt Psycho is off the Christmas list, it seems. Hang on, let me find my pen. That little scribble. Oh, Jimbo. They're breaking my heart, guys. You're breaking my heart. Ah, Noxie. It's a small thing, doesn't it? Yes, I got you the first time, Matt. I've already scribbled you off my list. What more can I do? And Skyjack puts an end to this balmy show of R's and Y's. As and Pat, that's just been on both sides of the fence, and Skyjacker obviously gets in there last thing. It's just a small thing they do to irritate me. I don't know why. We can't just have ours as a rule. Without an R, we don't start. So, Skyjacker for Team Nissan, I haven't even read you the table. I've been so carried away with myself. So let me look for the proper table, because there's Group 4 standings, there's Group 3 standings, and then there's the total driver standings. And this is the one. You don't get a trophy for being the Group 4 winner. You don't get in the history of the Hall of Champions with Group 4s and Group 3 wins. That's no good. So let's have a look at this table. It's interesting. You can look at the table too with me. Go to www.virtualracersclub.co.uk for all our latest tables. Oh, look at that. We get his sector times. Do we get that for everyone? Ooh, just Skyjacker. I don't know how it works, honestly. We get the map for everyone, but Skyjacker, we're actually getting sector times, which is quite nice. It's a short track. It's a very fast lap here. He's on his out lap. I'm getting through the table. Give me a second. Jesus. Stress me out. In the stream, Mama Homesick saying, evening thingy, hope you're okay. Hey. As well as you can be. And Talleyrand saying, hello thingy. So Homesick Alien is leading this championship, and he's leading it well with 126 points. Skyjacker in second, his teammate, two Nissan drivers at the top of the table on 113 points. Barry Twins third with Porsche on 98 points. Racer Brown fourth with Toyota on 98 points. Guesty fifth with Toyota on 85 points. Matt Psycho sixth with Ferrari on 80 points. Noxie seventh with BMW, I believe, on 79 points. Liam Anfield with Porsche in 8th on 78 points. Ensign Ewart 9th in the Honda on 68 points. Jim 10th in the Ferrari on 66 points. Bandit is 11th on 55 points. Joker's 12th on 49 points. Pat 13th on 52 points. Bandit and Pat are both in Mercedes. Joker's also in a BMW. Rido in the McLaren is 14th on 10 points. Some of the guys have missed rounds, so when the drop scores come in, that's going to be really spice things up. Skyjacker's around on his flying lap at the moment as we have a look at the manufacturer's table. Toyota at the top of that with 132 points. Ferrari in second on 107 points. Nissan third. So both, and Skyjacker's gone away wide in that first corner, so he's not going to be going for a stellar lap on this one. He pulls over and lets the crew by, and the crew being his teammate Homesick Alien. So where was I up to? Nissan third on 107 points, joint with Ferrari, in all fairness. Porsche fourth on 98 points, Mercedes fifth, 72 points. Homesick Alien's just about to cut the line with a 129.1, puts him on pole briefly as the two Toyotas show their power with Racer Brown. Now the Ferrari grabs second from Guesty, provisional at the moment. Noxie in the Beamer in fourth, then Homesick Alien in the Nissan in fifth, Jim sixth in the next Ferrari. Pat yet to cross the line, he does now, and he stays in seventh place, just 7/10 off of Jim. Skyjacker goes across the line, I believe, to post a time. No, he's gone back in the pits again, it seems, and put some new tyres on, I think. I don't know if they have tyre wear on this. Maybe he's just doing it to get it out of everyone's way. And it looks like Bandit is yet to post a time also. Ensign Newer did post a time in the Honda and went in there 8th. Slipped in between Pat and Jim. So it's a Racer Brown, but he's looking rather close to Guesty and Homesick. Oh, did I get to the end of that table? Mercedes 5th with 72 points. Bandit does set a time, which is good for 9th, ahead of Pat. The two Merc boys fighting that AMG around here at Brands Hatch. I will get through this table. 6th is Honda on 68 points, BMW 7th on 49 points, and McLaren 8th on 10 points. I know that was very segmented, and if you do want to actually know what the table is without me butchering it, you're more than welcome to go to our website, which is in the About section here on YouTube. So if you click About, it'll tell you all the links. And while you're there, hit like. So Racer Brown, he's driving very close to Mucker Guesty, his teammate, and I don't know, he's getting purple, so it's not holding him up whatsoever. And I don't know if this is a Toyota ploy. Guesty's gone second fastest ahead of Matt Psycho, but yeah, it's odd in qualifying to see such close driving between drivers. And Ensign Newer goes faster, stays 8th behind the Baz, and no, it's going to be some racing in quali. Look at that, two teams both side by side, and Guesty with a wheel on the dirt, looking very shady. And now Racer Brown nearly cooked it into that turn, Hawthorns, and he is making his way around to Sheen Curve, Dingledale now. Or is that? No, that might be Sheen Curve. This one is Sterling's. It's really, I bore myself when I say the corner names. It sounds great that people know the corner names and stuff, but I don't know. Mama Homesick saying, come on, Team Nissan. I used to like them. I used to call them corners. Herbert. Why isn't there a Herbert corner in the world? So there's Racer Brown then extending that pole from his teammate Guesty. Matt Psycho in the Essex Ferrari is third fastest. He's coming up towards the line. Can he go even faster? His teammate is Jim, and he's just gone 5th fastest, just behind the BMW of Noxie. And Matt Psycho does not go faster on that lap than his 28.6. It's very, look at the lap times. Well, Jim's lap times are very close together, very consistent. Skyjacker finally gets a lap in, but it's only good enough for 8th, and it looks like the Nissan is not working. Well, the Nissan, I think, is a great fan of straight lines. I think it really does enjoy booting it down long straights, and here at Brands, unfortunately, there isn't much of that. Very corner-heavy track, a very tight space for a track, and it doesn't look like the Nissans are responding well to the track layout. Racer Brown and Guesty, the two Toyotas, are absolutely loving life, and the Ferrari of Matt Psycho. Now we remember last season Jim in the Ferrari was doing very well here. He was leading the feature, I believe, for a good portion of it. Looked like the win could have been in his grasp, except for an unfortunate spin. But yeah, the Ferraris go well here at Brands. It's a track that suits them. Maybe they've got a shorter wheelbase and a better turning axis. Guesty goes faster. He's 8/10 behind his teammate on pole at the moment. And Matt Psycho third fastest. He's looking to gain. He only needs to find a 10th to get ahead of the Guesty and split up those pesky Toyotas. But he does not find it on that lap. Noxie doing a fine job in that Beamer all season long. We have seen Noxie shining in the BMW in this series. And again, there he is, 4th place on the grid. And it doesn't look like there's a track that BMW does not work well at. He's a great little motor, it's turned out to be, for Noxie this season. Homesick Alien, like I said, those Nissans, he's up. And he only needs 2.5 tenths on Noxie to get that 4th place. He's getting faster each lap, and we can see one of the Ferraris pulling over in front of him. I think that's Jim, but I'm not 100% sure. But he's lost a couple of tenths as Bandit crosses the line. He doesn't break the top 8. We will go further back and have a look. But Homesick Alien, maybe he's backed out of this one. He doesn't look like he's going as fast. There's only a minute showing on the clock. That was a quick qualifying, guys. Super fast. Oh no, he's found that 2 and a bit tenths. So Noxie beware. He only needs another 300ths of a second around this final corner. And you're toast. No, Noxie goes faster again. He extends to 3.5 tenths. And Homesick Alien then cuts the line with a 1:28.8. But he doesn't get ahead of Noxie. Noxie job done the lap before, well, not just before. So let's have a run through so far as we're in the last 30 seconds. Racer Brown is sitting on provisional pole by 8/10. Guesty is not getting another run done before the end of the race. That gives Matt Psycho a great opportunity. He's only 700ths off of the Toyota, and he's 300ths up now. I need to go through the grid, but I want to watch. He's gone wide. I think he might have cooked his goose there. I think that might be it for him. But he's still continuing, you never know. Ooh, 600ths. It's close. Oh my lord. Ensign Newitt goes faster. He goes 7th ahead of the Baz. And this has been a hectic qualifying. I've not been able to cover the whole field, and I do apologise for that. We're sticking with Matt Psycho for as long as we can. Bandit going faster again. He still not breaks the top 8. And Pat, he's faster than Pat, his teammate though. So I'm guessing he's 9th, Pat 10th. Possibly. I don't know who's 11th. Skyjacker's not even in the top 8, is he? I bet he's going for a final lap bonsai. So we'll see Matt Psycho's sector time. 3/10 will jump him. Guesty's not getting a run done in the final thing here. Let's have a quick look through then. Noxie crosses the line. He goes 4th fastest, or stays 4th fastest. Homesick Alien comes up to cross the line. He's chasing that Noxie all the way. And can he get him on this final lap? He does. He goes up into 2nd place for the Nissan driver. Fantastic stuff. Then Jim comes to cross the line. He is 5th fastest, 6th fastest so far. He goes faster, but he doesn't get ahead of anyone. Who we're looking at, Matt Psycho. He's done his run, and he got himself ahead of Guesty. Homesick and Matt Psycho jumped Guesty before the hen. Noxie in 5th, Jim 6th, Ensign Newitt in 7th. He's still on a run. He's 2.5 tenths behind Jim. Can he get one more scalp before the end of qualifying? It doesn't look like it. Skyjacker pops in there in 6th fastest as well as Ensign heads to the line, and he does not go any faster. So Skyjacker then pops in 6th with Jim in 7th, Ensign in 8th. Barry Twins crosses the line. He's 9th fastest with Bandit in 10th and Pat in 11th. It really doesn't look like those Mercedes are working around here at Brands Hatch. That was a hectic qualifying session, people. Wowzers. And it changed all at the end there. Guesty looking like he had the front row, but Matt Psycho pipped him, and Homesick Alien also slipping him down into 4th spot. And it's a big job now from the Toyota driver, and it doesn't start well, so he'll lose a couple of positions, probably to Noxie and Skyjacker, as we expect Racer Brown to lose a position to Matt Psycho when the lights drop. which is now. And there they go. You see the Toyota a bit cumbersome off the line, and Matt Psycho already getting by, and Homesick Alien having a good look as well. And even Noxie in the Beamer, blinding start. He's right in the wall of death, and he stays firm, but he drops down into 5th place as Skyjacker gets a great launch. And there's Racer Brown slipped down into 3rd, and Guesty in 5th place. Only one position for Guesty, but no, Noxie's there as well, and Noxie grabs that place from Guesty, and now it's Noxie in 5th, Guesty down into 6th, Jim 7th in the Ferrari. Bandit gets a great start in the Mercedes, up into 8th, ahead of Pat, who also gets a good start. They both jump, Barry Twins and Ensign Newitt, but it looks like Bandit gets a moved on Ensign as Pat starts having a serious look at the back of the Honda. Fantastic racing by everyone involved, with the Baz there in 11th place. And again, Pat's having another look at Ensign Newitt, but there's no space there to make the move. These are very fast corners. Matt Psycho then in the Ferrari, and now you can see that the Toyota is catching up with speed, and he wants to get past the Alien, and Matt Psycho will be hoping and pleading that the Alien defends like a lion against the Toyota to give the Ferrari a chance to get a little march on that Toyota, because once the Toyota gets going, it's going. And there is Skyjacker with Noxie there for company, and Guesty all the way down in 6th in the second Toyota. It's not what we're used to seeing. Jim there in 7th place. He's in hot pursuit of the Toyota ahead, and Bandit having a solid race against Ensign. Pat's dropped back a little bit from Ensign now, and Bazza is holding ground in 11th place. No one's overtaken him yet. And here we go then, it's getting very tight, and Racer Brown's trying to get the moves done on Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien making his Nissan as awkward as possible, and Racer Brown cannot see a way by so far. Noxie and Guesty. Guesty's moved up ahead of Skyjacker. Skyjacker slipped down 2 places, I'd say. Wasn't he ahead of Noxie? So Skyjacker slipped a position or 2. He's there holding ground with the Toyota, and Jim's in with play. Jim's going for a move on the Toyota, but he's not quite up the side of him, and he cannot get it to stick. And the Nissan is becoming a big pain in both Toyotas' derrieres right now, as Matt Psycho stretches out that lead to 1.1 seconds. Homesick Alien in the Nissan in 2nd place, and the way that Nissan's looking around here at Brands, he is in damage limitation mode at the moment. Then we've got Racer Brown, who was pole sitter, but the Toyota is woeful off of the line, and he has struggled with this Toyota all season long to get it off the line. He's sharp as the guys around him. He's going for the move now on the Alien, and Homesick Alien just holds his ground, and he's going to make Racer Brown make the mistake. Racer Brown's going to really have to go late braking. No, it looks like Homesick there gave way. He was too rich for his blood going in there that fast, and he's right on the tail. He gives the Toyota a little bop just to say hello, and Matt Psycho now seeing the change of guard behind him, he is going to be very, very nervous of the Toyota coming through. And Mama Homesick in the Alien, Mama Homesick in the chat saying, come on Team Nissan. And Matt Psycho then leads this race as the camera comes into focus. You see the glorious Essex of Ferrari of Matt Psycho. Racer Brown in 2nd in the Toyota with Homesick Alien in the monster Nissan, and he's still looking against Racer Brown side by side through one of the fastest corners on track. Unbelievable driving from the two of these, and Homesick Alien is up for this. You can see it looks like the Nissan's a little faster through this section, and he's all up in the Toyota's business. And it's beyond me how they drive this close. It's amazing. And look who's sneaking up behind him in the Beamer. I mean, good old Noxie, he's been threatening all season to get a podium. He's been knocking on that 4th door, but he's been knocking on the podium door for a while now, finishing in 4ths and 5ths most of the season. And look at this, is closer than we've seen him before, and we're only 10 minutes left of this race, and it's been a humdinger of a race so far, and yet Noxie is looking like he wants a piece of the Toyota and the Nissan ahead of him. Skyjacker back up into 5th place. Ensign Newitt, we've had some drops. Guesty, oh, and Jim, I hope they didn't have a coming together, but Jim and Guesty slipping down the field, and we saw they were racing each other. Oh, and then we see a Merc off in the kitty litter on the outside of turn 1, Paddock Hill Bend, and that is a usual occurrence here at Brands. It wouldn't be Brands if someone didn't put it out there on that bit of sand. So Matt Psycho still leads this race, only 5 minutes gone. Still a long way to go, but the Racer Brown, he's getting purples. 29.8 last time around. Matt Psycho at 29.7, so the Ferrari does have the pace of the Toyota, it seems. Then we have Homesick Alien, and he's in the 30s, but it looks, I think he's getting towed around by the Toyota. I think he's getting a little help from the Toyota ahead of him, and it's going to come down to a bit of like tyre wear, I imagine. How's tyre wear looking? The Nissan maybe carrying a little more than the others, but it's microscopic. And there's Noxie in the Beamer. He's dropped back a little bit now, but maybe having a rest before he mounts an attack on the top 3, and they're so close as they go around the final corner. Then we have Skyjacker just ahead of Ensign Newer and Bazza coming up through the ranks. Unbelievable here. I bet neither of them can imagine that they've gained a few places there, with Guesty falling off the road. Bandit as well up into 8th. Guesty on the comeback. 10 seconds in his lap he lost. That's a good lap to come back with. 29. Jim's got himself past Pat, and he got a 45-second lap there. So yeah, I'm not sure what happened to Muckers, Guesty and Jim, but they are further back in the pack than they would like. And here we go then, here we go. The Toyota has found its extra couple of brake horsepower, and it is gaining on the Ferrari of Matt Psycho, as is Noxie on the Nissan of Homesick Alien. We've got a split-way, two-way battle here, and it's exciting stuff for the top 4, and it looks like Noxie, he's a brave man to try and get some moves done in these sequence of corners. They're very fast. At the moment we see Matt Psycho staying ahead of the Toyota, but the Toyota, you can just see it closing in on the Ferrari. Noxie's through. Homesick Alien went a little wide out of the corner. My word. Let's have a look at that again. So Homesick Alien putting his car in the middle of the track, defending. That's all he can do at the moment. Noxie sitting right on his bumper, having a look. Homesick Alien pushing the Nissan beyond, and it was just the smallest little wheel off onto the dust, and it kicked that back end around. And that is the story of how Noxie found himself into a podium position, and he'll be hoping Racer Brown and Matt Psycho have a fight to the death, and the death being that they throw those cars off into the Kent scenery, and Noxie could come through victorious. So here we go then, the leaders Matt Psycho and Racer Brown duking this one out. There is 7 minutes left to go. It's a long way to that finish line, and Matt Psycho has got to be doing the driving of his life to keep a Racer Brown behind him in the Toyota. That combo has been lethal so far this season. Noxie then solid third, but Homesick Alien will be trying to catch him up. And talking about catching up, Skyjacker has been caught up by Ensign Ewart, and the Honda, who's looked absolutely dismal all the way around this season so far, is looking very handy. It likes short, tight circuits, does the Honda. And yeah, to say it's squirmish in the corners, it's living with the Nissan, if not beating the Nissan. And he'll be putting pressure on Skyjacker very soon. Then we have the Baz, also in the Porsche. Porsche should do well round here, you'd think. It's a tight little car, compact, turns on a dime. Bandit in the AMG, which I wouldn't expect feels very nice around here. It's a very long car, very long boy. And Guesty in that Toyota just making up for what he can with whatever happened, and he's ahead of Jim in the Ferrari, and Pat coming home last. He's not happy with that. And Matt Psycho still leading this race then with 5.5 minutes to go. Skyjacker has got himself ahead of the Alien. The Alien's race is getting worse and worse as we go along. And Ensign Newer in there for... Oh, Skyjacker's taking it wide. Oh my word, and he's right there with the Alien. Is the Alien trying to slow down for Skyjacker? I don't know if there was contact. It doesn't look like it. And now it's Honda versus Nissan as they go down the straight. And my word, Ensign Ewart putting that Honda maybe up into fourth. No, Homesick Alien stays in place. And Skyjacker slips in there in sixth, and then we've got the Porsche there, and we've got a lovely little four-way battle, and Skyjacker gets one on Ensign Ewart around the outside in a very fast part of the track. That overtake was extremely good, but the back end again of the Nissan does not want to sit down out of the corners, and Ensign Ewart will be loving the sight of a drifting Nissan in front of him. He knows it's got its weak spots. And Bazza cannot be counted out at the moment. He's there in seventh place looking for some scalps, and it looks like it'll be Nissan scalps at this rate. Bandit in a solid eighth, keeping the enemy in sight, and that's all he can do with Guesty on a comeback, Jim on a comeback, and Pat on a come down. And so Racer Brown is in the lead. Oh my god, sorry. We'll try and get something, I don't know. Here we go. He does it around the outside of Maggots. Druids. He did it around the outside of Druids. Wow, that's unbelievable stuff. Great driving from Racer Brown in that Toyota. And Matt Psycho had no answers to that one, did he? That was stunning stuff. So Racer Brown then takes the lead of the race with Matt Psycho, feeling that he had that win. But maybe he can cling on to the back of the Toyota somewhat and get the move done in the next 3.5 minutes. Who knows? Oh yeah, the latte is smooth tonight. Noxie, unbelievable drive there for third. Hasn't got into any trouble. He's gone up against a few of the boys, the big boys we'd say. And he's taken them well. And the BMW all season has looked solid. And at the moment, he is sitting in a sweet spot. Homesick Alien then fourth place, driving for points today. And Skyjacker is trying to keep Ensign behind him. Ensign, a wriggly little dam. But then we got the Baz as well involved in all of this. And the Baz is going to get a move up the inside of Druids, and it's bye Ensign, bye baby, goodbye. And he's got Skyjacker on his mind now, has the Baz, and he closes up to that Nissan, and that Nissan is not oh, and Bandit's also got Ensign. Ensign's at it. It's not rained, it's poured on the Ensign, and Bandit is through. Bazza up to sixth, or maybe is it fifth, because he's getting the moves done. He's got the moves like Jagger. Got the moves like Jagger. Ooh. Whoa, he's pulled it out now of the slipstream, but no, not yet. Pulled out too early, lad. Skyjacker's kicking up dust. Skyjacker's kicking up dust, and that is what Bazza needs. Bazza is through, and Barry Twins gets himself up into fifth place, and Skyjacker is still fighting that Nissan, and the Bandit is there in seventh, and he's looking to get some highway robbery going on. Is the Bandit in the Merc ahead of Ensign Ewart, who's in eighth. Jim in ninth. He's ahead of Gusty. Gusty, it's gone bad for him again. And he's down in 10th place with the Pat in 11th spot. But Racer Brown, the other Toyota, shining bright and flying high. Matt Psycho did the best he could with what he got, but he got a Ferrari, so you can't expect much. Noxie in 3rd place. It gives me a little, gives me a semi, yeah. All right, fair enough. It gives me a semi. Homesick Alien in 4th, and that's the best I think he's going to achieve today in that Nissan. It looks like a dog around here at Brands Hatch, and in fact, no, 35 seconds left. That's about it. The Bazza is chasing him down, but I don't think he's going to reach him. Right, we've got 28 seconds on the clock, and Racer Brown. Is this his final lap? Will he cross that line and get a little more out and go for a show-off lap? Or is this going to be his race done? I don't know. It's going to be close, you know. If he slowed down a bit, he might be able to run out of the time. But Racer Brown does not know slow down. He crosses the line with 1 second to go. So Matt Psycho. Oh, Matt Psycho also got across the line. So Noxie is our first winner. First finisher. Take a boom, my son. The Beamer brought you home on the podium. Well done. Homesick Alien gets 4th place with the Baz getting 5th. Great drive from Baz. Skyjacker in 6th. Bandit, a great finish on 7th. Ensinua in 8th place. Jim got ahead of Guesty in the end, and he gets 9th, but I imagine he wanted more out of that race. And Guesty brings it home in 10th. Ghosted. Shamed, for shame of him. 10th. And Pat comes home in 11th, unghosted. And here he comes around those final corners in the Merc Bull. And good job. So Racer Brown, he's got 3 seconds on our man Psycho there. No fear, no woes. Just a nice gentle drive back to the start finish line to take all gold. Pole and the win. Fastest lap and fastest lap, a trio. I love you. So a great drive from Racer Brown in the Toyota, showing us why he is the man to beat. And Matt Psycho almost. A great second spot. And Noxie got 3rd. Yeah. There's the Brown, but he didn't get the fastest. He got the fastest lap. He got pole position. He got the win. He didn't get a trophy. How mean is that? I'll take you to the race results so we can have a look. Racer Brown took the win with Matt Psycho a very close second, 3.2 seconds behind him. And them two were a whole lap ahead of Noxie, who got a great 3rd spot. Homesick Alien coming home in 4th in a very not happy looking Nissan. It's got to say, it looked like a lump, in all fairness. The Baz making that Cayman Porsche sing. 5th place. Skyjacker in 6th, another one fighting with his lump. Bandit in 7th, doing very well in a Mercedes that looks like it shouldn't be able to get around here. Ensinua throwing away good points today. I don't know what happened to him, but that Honda was looking tight, brother. Tight. And then Jim in 9th. Jim and Guesty, something occurred. I don't know. But them two dropped from like 5th and 6th down to 9th and 10th. So yeah, something went off there. And Pat finished home in 11th. Racer Brown got the fastest lap with the 128.460. And what do we reckon? Group 3 car's going to be going about 3 seconds faster? 3-4 seconds faster? We'll see. We'll see how long we've been told we got a break for. We've got 9 minutes. We've got 9 minutes, and I am going to use those 9 minutes to the best. Has he changed the settings? No. The settings haven't been changed, so it might all go a bit Pete Tong. But I am off. As Ensign Europe will entertain you with a few spin outs. See you soon. Oh, hang on. Don't go anywhere. Just got to read you some chat. Pat saying, I don't know why I suggested the Merc. I'm not enjoying the Group 4 one. And Matt Psycho saying that was ace. That was banging. So, yeah, no, Pat, not enjoying the Merc. Yeah, I tried the Merc. The Merc killed my career in this very season. I think first 2 seasons, and then that was it. I was out. I mean, first 2 rounds. I said, do you want someone to commentate on it? Do you think people would be interested if we streamed it? It was meant to stop jerky rooms as well. We had this thought, if there was just one stream, if we did a stream of the race, then people might not stream it themselves. So then there's not a lot of internet activity happening within the lobby. So we'll watch Guesty in his Group 3 Toyota. And I shall return as soon, well, before 10-2. Oh, Bandit saying after the incident with Jim, I had no grip in my car. Weird situation, so I don't know. Bandit had an incident with Jim. Who knows? And Skyjack saying that was tough. Yeah, that Mercedes looks, that Nissan looked like a lump, man. Hope the Group 3 one's a bit better. See you soon. All right. You're back with Thingy Magic, and we're listening to the cool sounds of the GTMC. Next, we're gonna have a little bit of Sade with Love is Contagious. But it's all right. Skyjacker in the chat saying there is no front end grip, or there was no front end grip on his Nissan in that race, and that's how we saw why. We saw both Homesick Alien and Skyjacker struggle to get into the corners. Right now then, we've got a couple of minutes, haven't we? We've got a minute. If I can give you a quick track guide, I'll try and give you a quick track guide. If you want one, I can prove I know corners. So we're sat in the cool Toyota as we come up to the first corner, Paddock Hill Bend, onto the brakes, down to fourth gear. They're dicing with the curb, and then we'll be heading up Hawthorns Hill to Druids, a second gear corner if ever there was one, and out of that, slamming down the accelerator to Graham Hill, and down to Graham Hill's a bend, along Cooper Straight, and then into Surtees, a very dodgy corner, going out wide, getting down to second gear, pulling it over to the apex of the corner, drifting out to that other curb, the back end wanting to go away from you, and then from there on, we are going down Pilgrim's Drop, heading towards Hawthorns, on Hawthorns Hill, and you are such an swipe. And then we've gone through, I don't know, Westfield, Dingle Dell, Sheen's Curve, down to Sterling's. I love it. They're all going, screw you, Skyjacker. You why yourself, you why man, because they're all part of the empire, and we know. Hashtag R forever. I feel rejuvenated. Started it. Can I do this before it starts? I was going to Vivarar it, but there you go. Forever. That backfired on certain Y-Jacker, didn't it, eh? Didn't that just backfire on someone? Someone sat there on the grid with I didn't even see what number we twisted at. What number did we twist at? Where's the winner? Hey? What's happened there then? That was a big number. I'm sorry, guys. Wherever Guesty finished, which was like about, who's the winner? Racer Brown, 10th, so number 10. We don't usually get one that deep. We don't usually get the double DJ. So that's a super one. Super twist around. And great for Guesty. That's karma. The race is going to come back to him. Guesty on pole with a rolling start so he doesn't get burdened with that Toyota starting mechanism, and he leads them away from Jim. Oh, memories, oh so bitter memories. Jimbo with scores to settle with this track. Ensenua in the Honda already being harassed by the Merc, and Skyjacker there in 5th. The Baz in his Porsche is sick, with Homesick Alien swirling around like a madman and getting a big hefty knock from Noxie, and he gets out of the way. Oh my lord, and there's all sorts of carnage happening down near the back, all starting with Noxie giving Homesick Alien a nudge, and Racer Brown caught in the middle of it all. Pat, no one's R-ing it though. They don't wish to restart. They're going to crack on as they are. A Guesty 1.3 lead from Jim, who's 1 seconds ahead of Ensenua, and Ensenua is feeling the wrath of the Bandit up behind him, and Skyjacker very close to the Bandit also. Baz is right there, only 4/10 adrift, and Bandit was kicking up a bit of dirt there around that corner, and Skyjacker will like to see that. Sorry. So if we get on, so 7th then for Matt Psycho, 8th for Pat. Racer Brown now in 9th with Homesick Alien in 10th, and poor old Noxie down there in 11th. And yeah, he's punished himself there as Guesty comes across to finish the first lap in the lead. Super stuff for Guesty. He'll be going for it in this race. Jim in 2nd. Ooh, whee, down Paddock Hill Bend. The Mercedes looking frighteningly fast and trying to get a move done on the Nissan, but the Nissan just gets in the corner ahead, and Bandit going for another look. And he's squiffing his race lines and giving Skyjacker a little chance there, and the Baz there in fifth. This is delicious here between third, fourth and fifth as Jim chases down the Toyota of Guesty, and he's doing a mighty fine job of it. Only 1.5 seconds behind Guesty. Jim staying with him as he did in the first race in the Group 4s. Now it's Skyjacker that seems to be the blockade in the track for Bandit and Bazza. They both seem to want to go faster. Let's have a look at what tyres people started on as well. That's always different. Softs for Guesty, Jim's on the softs as well. Skyjacker, softs, Bandit's on softs, Bazza's on softs. Matt Psycho's catching them guys up on the super softs. Pat's gone for softs. Racer Brown up to 8th. He's got him past Ensign Newer already, and he's giving Pat something to think about. And he's on the super softs as well. Ensign Newer's gone for softs. Homesick Alien on the softs, and Noxie also on the softs. So it's Homesick Alien we're getting the sector times, but someone's had an off. Pat? No, not Pat. It's the Baz. The Baz has had a moment of insanity. Let's have a quick look. Kill Ben just asking a little bit much from the Porsche, and he tried to save it best he could, in all fairness. He did everything right. It's just that the Porsche was determined it wanted to spin. And Paddock Hill Ben then, for the first time I think, has taken a culprit that we've seen on the stream anyway. So Guesty then leads the way. 2.4 seconds pulling away from Jimbo, with Skyjacker and Bandit still at it. In the red Benz or the Merc Bull? It's energy drink versus energy drink. It's diabetes versus heart attack. And what a great battle we're having. Matt Psycho in 5th place. Still could feature quite large in this race, with Racer Brown up to 6th already. He's made short work of that group of racers, hasn't he? Homesick Alien there in 9th. He's not making too much inroads onto the Baz there. You know, Baz has got good pace around this track, and Pat trying to stay ahead of the Porsche. The battle of the Germans here. They're Belgium and English, but the German manufacturers. And Guesty is the man. 3.5 seconds now ahead of Jim. Jim's 1.7 seconds ahead of Skyjacker. Skyjacker's shaken off Bandit a bit. Bandit's dropped back by a second, and that only means that the Ferrari is gaining on the Mercedes, with the Racer Brown's Toyota in the background looming large. And those guys have got to watch out. So Pat in 7th, and he's teetering that Mercedes around. It looks like it wants to throw itself at the scenery at any given second, and he is absolutely fighting to stay on the grey stuff, with the Baz closing in on him, and Homesick Alien now is being harassed by a Noxie. And let's see if this time they can do it. With Ensign Newitt falling to the back. Whoa! And the NSX just did not want to go round that corner and decided it wanted to go and see that barrier. So Guesty leads from Jimbo, and Skyjacker, he is closing in on Jim. Jim did a 24.2 last time around on his racing softs, and Skyjacker, with better fuel consumption, is closing in on Sir Jim of Jimalot. Bandit is in 4th, dropped back away from the Nissan now, and here we got a very fruity battle. We've got the whole Racer Brown and Matt Psycho that we had before, but this time they've got a Bandit in front of him. The Ferrari goes for the inside, late brakes, and Bandit still tries to turn in even though the Ferrari was there, and then Matt Psycho knows his place. He had to back out of that one, And there was no hustling Bandit on the day. He knew what racing line he wanted, and he was taking it. And Matt Psycho then, he's going to have to play defence for a short while after going on the attack. And this is the problem. When you try to attack, you've got to make sure you do it. Because if you don't, then you're slipping back to the man behind. And the man behind, if that's Racer Brown, then you're toast. So on board with 6th place, Racer Brown, fastest lap holder so far. And he's staring intently at that Essex Ferrari. Ooh, a look up the inside of Paddock Hill. Nothing going, so heading up towards Druids. Is he going to go for the outside? We saw someone go for the outside. Was it Noxie, wasn't it? In the Group 4s, looked awesome. There's nothing on but the Red Bull struggling at the bottom of the hill, and the Ferrari having another look, and now that leads to Racer Brown wanting to have a look, and everyone's trying to have a look, and the Ferrari goes! The Ferrari goes big time. Oh my word. Poor Matt Psycho, all he was doing was trying to have a race, and it kicked him in the balls. So there we see Matt Psycho in 5th, chasing after that Merc. He'd had a couple of looks at the Merc. This one, another run. He backs out of it, and then, I don't know, he just gets around Surtees, but he goes wide, and that's it. No more. No more, the Ferrari says. Will I be trekked this way? And he comes back on track behind the Noxter. Poor old Matt Psycho. And now he knows how Jim feels. So Guesty leads. Skyjacker promoted to 2nd place. Or is he always in 2nd? No, Racer Brown's dropped down. Oh my God, now what? So it was Racer Brown up there, was it not? No, Racer Brown's in 5th. He's got promoted. I don't know. Skyjacker was always in 2nd. No, Jim's dropped. Oh, it's Jim that's dropped down, sorry. Is that Jim? There you go, I missed it. So it was Jim. Jim missed a position, or lost a bit of a position there. And yeah, it's Guesty then, 4.7 seconds, promotes Skyjacker up into 2nd place. He's already made a huge leap in the table from last round up into 2nd place. And he's only 13 points behind the Alien, and the Alien is languishing in 5th spot at the moment. And if I remember rightly, Skyjacker finished ahead of the Alien in the group. No, Homescaling got 4th, didn't he? So not too bad. So yeah, I know it's Replay City here. Talleyrand saying Brands Hatch has absolutely zero chill. No. You're on your eyes are on stalks at all times with those going around those fast parts. But Guesty at the moment, he's handling it well, and I imagine he's eased off a bit. He's thought, well, there's no one chasing me, I'll take it easy. And Skyjacker going for that one stop, we're sure, but the fuel isn't muchly different between Skyjacker and Guesty. And Guesty's used a little more than Skyjacker has. We're 10 minutes through, and they've used half a tank. That does concur with a 20-minute one-stopper. So, oh, the Nissan will not settle down. Jim and so the Ferraris are in. They're not happy with the tyre wear, obviously, because fuel is okay. They're going for 2 stoppers in this one. Enseneur also coming in. And, yeah, so the Ferrari's in for what could be a 2-stop bonanza. Guesty, I think we're looking at a 1-stop with Skyjacker. I think we're looking at a 1-stop. Racer Brown possibly trying to push the Toyota to a 1-stop, but the super soft tyres will degrade a lot faster than those soft tyres out there. Bandit, I don't know, he's used a bit of fuel up. Maybe not a 1-stop in Bandit's car. Noxie, hey up. Where do you come from? You're behind Homesick Alien at the back of the grid. I suppose all the pit stops have promoted Noxie up into 5th place, and this race isn't all lost from that early coming together with Homesick Alien. And they collected Racer Brown along the way, and Racer Brown 3rd at the moment, Noxie 5th, Homesick Alien there in a 6th. And no, Skyjacker's not 1-stopping it. He's come in, and that promotes the Toyota. So interesting stuff here. Different strategies all abound. Bandit going on, Noxie carrying on, Homesick Alien bringing it in. Maybe they need more tyre grip on those Nissans, they said that they're lacking grip as it is, so possibly they need to keep the tyres fresher. I am never saying that. Oh, Gwynny, I'm just going to call you Gonui. Saying, Thingy, it's been a while, how you been? I'm been good, man. I love it when people pop into it and say, oh, man, I haven't seen you for ages or heard for you ages. I do this all the time, honestly. I don't go anywhere. You're the one that left. You left me. And it hurt. It hurt. But it's glad to see you back. Thank you for joining us. I'm good. As well as you can be. So, Guesty 7 seconds ahead of Racer Brown with Bandit in third. But look at Noxie. Noxie now coming to life in the BMW. His tyres are barely touched. He's only got a quarter of a tank of fuel though. And I don't think that's going to one-stop it. Ooh, he's getting a little fruity with Bandit there. Bandit feeling the wrath of Noxie from behind. And Lowry saying, forget the double O already. Oh, he's double O, all right. Your username, and there we go. Noxie around the outside again. Around the outside of Truce, but he can't get it to stick like he did in the first race. But Noxie. Who is this man? Oh no! He give Bandit a little pop up the backside, seemed to get away with it, but then lost the back end himself, and oh my word, he's going to lose a spot to the Nissan there. Fresh out of the pits for Skyjacker and already into 4th place on the Super Softs. Happy days. Noxie down to 5th. Homesick Alien chasing down. He's gone to the Super Softs. Also with Matt Psycho behind him. So Matt Psycho, oh yeah, because he had a big off, didn't he? He's ended up behind the Nissans, so he's racing the Nissans now. He's gone to super soft tyres. The Bazza didn't pit. He's somehow behind all of those guys. Ooh, I don't know why. He's had an off, I think. And Jim, who pitted, and he's there. Guesty's come in, not quite halfway. Interesting. So Guesty's in. His tyres are looking woeful. And Racer Brown cracks on and takes the lead of this race. And Bandit stays out as well. Interesting stuff. Interesting. Double O saying, lol, life has been pretty hectic on my side, so the racing has been a bit quieter. But I'm eyeing that NERB 90-minute Enduro next month. You should get on that, man. Is that Hellerfest or something like that? Group 3 cars around the NERB on GT7. So obviously it's going to rain in the middle of it. So a race, well, I say obviously, the other group that I do GT7 with, they had, I think a couple of races have had random rain. It hasn't rained. It's like it's broken. They all expected rain. They even bought wet tyres and everything. It never came. Got cloudy, but it never rained. So Racer Brown then 12 seconds in the lead of the Bandit. Neither of these two have pitted. Guesty has pitted. He's got back out ahead of Skyjacker by a gnat's whisker. By a gnat's penis. He's ahead of Skyjacker. Skyjacker comes around and oh my word, we almost saw flashes of his alter ego, but not quite, just sideways Jacker, that one. It's not all the way around. So Skyjacker, the Nissan, giving him a huge wake-up call. He's got a good amount of time on Homesick, who's got his hands full as it is, with Matt Psycho in the very nimble Ferrari. He'll be looking for a way past that lump of a Nissan pretty darned soon. Excuse me, what? Rain? I don't know, if it's on GT7, I'm pretty sure it's on GT7, my friend. I'm imagining there'll be rain involved. I mean, it'll be on a random weather thing. And what happened there? Matt Psycho's dropped off the Alien quite a bit. He must have had to catch the car. He's just ahead of his teammate, Jim. And there goes the Baz. He's in for his... I don't know if that's going to be his own... Well, it could be his only pit stop. He's got quite a bit of fuel left. And Pat is a little bit down the road from him. He has pitted. But I don't think he's going to catch the Baz. on his way out of the pits. So Racer Brown yet to pit, but his fuel is flashing. Guesty has pitted, and he's caught up Bandit and got by. But Bandit's fuel is flashing as well, and we're not quite halfway, so these fuel tanks haven't worked out nicely for these guys if they are trying to one stop. There's Noxie, he's flashing fuel tank, and he's under pressure from Skyjacker, who's only put half a tank in that one to keep it light, I guess. So the leader is in, and I imagine Guesty will retake the lead of this race and continue on as Bandit disappears into the pit lane, and Noxie also whips in. So the order is as it was before the round of pit stops, with Guesty leading, Skyjacker in second, but now and Racer Brown back out the pits before Homesick got there. My words, that was a quick one, that was brief. Homesick Alien nearly got the move done then, didn't he? Nearly was behind Racer Brown before the round of pit stops. Matt Psycho's the one that lost out, but he did spin before his pit stop. So he's now behind Racer Brown and Homesick Alien, who he was ahead of. And then Jim making a great stride there up into 6th place, and he is now ahead of the Bandit, but the Bandit, I'm guessing, will not be pitting, or hoping not to pit for the rest of this race, where Jim will be into the pits, as will Matt Psycho. So Bandit still might get a few places there. Noxie as well, only one stopping in this race, but it's going to be very tight because we're still not halfway. And oh, the Ensign's put some mediums on. We do see he likes to prefer to put mediums on in these races, and well, he's getting 25s and 26s on the bad boy. Homesick Alien up to 3rd. What's that mean? Nothing. Does it mean something? Skyjacker! Oh my word, what happened to you, man? Did we see him? They seek him here, they seek him there. It's Spinjacker! Wow, got a good 3 or 4 spins on that one, brah. They seek him here, they seek him there. It's Spinjacker! And he is coming into the pits after he killed that set of tyres. And Guesty carries on with Noxie flying in the background. Was that Noxie? No. Who was flying in the background of Guesty? I saw someone. No one? Someone? Bandit? No. Noxie's there. Did he have a massive off? I don't think so. I must have been tripping. I thought I saw a blue car flying off in the background, but no. No, I don't know then. I don't know what I saw. And Double O saying, but Pat has bribed me to join him in the Group 4 vet, so I'll definitely need another fuel tank. Yeah. So, Guesty, it might not be wet there, I don't know. I saw there was a sign up for it. I try not to read the rules because I get all my rules mixed up a lot. So the less rules I know of less things, the more I know. Pat's racing and now he's posting. You better be in the pits, Pat. Ghosted driving around typing on YouTube. Pat saying that would have been me having a moment. Oh, that was Pat. We saw her flying in the background. Sorry, Pat. So Guesty, 5-second lead from his teammate Racer Brown, and this is turning out to be a Toyota day. And Homesick Alien looking himself up into 3rd. Well, not looking. He had a good strategy. He's got himself up there. So super stuff. But he's now in 3rd. He wasn't looking like at the beginning of this race when he had his coming together with the Noxter that 3rd was going to be in his realm, but he has got a pit again, but so has Matt Psycho. Jim also needing to make another pit stop. It's Bandit who's on the 1 stop, as is Noxie. So this could be the battle of the podium down here, 6th and 7th place after the pit stops shake out. And it looks like Skyjacker has now put himself onto the same pit strategy as Bandit and Noxie. He will not have to pit for the rest of this race. And that may have been a wise move after his beautiful pirouette that he did for us all. Ensign in 9th place, still struggling with the Honda, but he's ahead of the Porsche and the Merc of Pat, so it's not all bad. But Guesty at the moment is the man who has led this race a majority of the way. No mistakes so far, 18.5 minutes left of racing to go. And Racer Brown's 5 seconds behind him. And these two are pretty similar on pace. Maybe Racer Brown a little faster than Guesty, but can he gain 5 seconds? Well, they've got pit stops to do as well. Matt Psycho then goes in for his second stop. I think he sussed that these guys behind him, especially Skyjacker, has turned his strategy around, and that could put Matt Psycho in a lot of danger. So he also comes in for his second stop, but not a fill. Is he going to go for another stop? Surely not. That's not enough fuel to get into the end. That is not nearly enough fuel to get into the end. There's no way that fuel's going to get him to the end of this race. He needs a full fuel tank, at least. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something, but I don't think he's put enough fuel in for that. I think he's tried to do something there to see off Skyjacker, who's all over the place. Again in his Nissan. He is definitely struggling in that lump of a car, with Noxie in 7th, Bandit in 6th, and it's going well for them. I don't know. I think it's not enough fuel in the Ferrari. Jim will be pitting again. Homesick Alien also will be pitting again. Well, we'll be pitting very soon. His fuel's flashing, my gosh. He's going around for another lap. And Racer Brown, he will also have to pit again as... Oh, we said the Porsches were going to... I mean, the Toyotas were going to try and stretch it out, weren't we? Because they pitted quite late in the race. But it looks like they both short-filled. And they are going to do a 2-stop. Homesick, flashing fuels. He's going to be going in pretty soon. And it's going to be all over the place, isn't it? We've got Jim in 4th. And he's in a better position than Homesick. And possibly Matt Psycho, who's going to have to make, again, another pit. It is a short pit stop. So maybe they're thinking that it's better to have fresher tyres here at Brands Hatch, grippier in the corners, than it is to go for long runs. Bandit then, doing a super job. If it was the way I thought it was going to be, but Matt Psycho's already pitted and got out ahead of Bandit, I thought those one-stoppers, Bandit and Noxie mainly, and I thought Guesty might have been, but it was a little earlier than halfway for him to stop. And Racer Brown stopping virtually halfway, but he must have short-filled for this stint to get track position, I guess, on the guys behind him. Homesick we're going to be seeing disappearing into the pits, I'm sure, this lap. I don't think there's enough fuel there to go another one. And here he goes, bringing the Nissan into the pit lane. Jim is going to let his teammate through because his teammate's faster, I am sure of it. Ooh, the back end of Jim's Essex Ferrari not sitting down nicely there. And Matt Psycho having a good look at that open space around the outside of Jim, but Jim takes it into the pits and he doesn't cause his teammate too much pain there as Racer Brown chases down Guesty down to 1 second. Guesty must have made a mistake. My gosh. My good golly gosh. I don't think we'll see it. No, it's already close. They were about 5 seconds apart. So it must have been in paddocks or Druids for Guesty. But he's lost a big chunk of time somewhere around to his teammate Racer Brown. Matt Psycho up into 3rd. Bandit now up into 4th with Noxie in 5th. And Skyjacker 6th, just ahead of his teammate who's just come out of the pits, who's got more likely the fuel to get to the end than we've seen any of these other guys put in. Like I said, Bandit and Noxie, it might be tight. And Matt Psycho really short-filled it on his second stop. So interesting stuff. Guesty losing time, and there's someone that's a Merc Bull. I believe that'd be Pat. Well, his teammate is riding high in 4th place. And yes, we've seen Racer Brown really catch up. So he did a 25-1. It's not terrible from Guesty. Racer Brown's just been doing some unbelievable lap times. And these two will be pitting pretty soon. Matt Psycho, I don't think there's enough fuel to go to the end. We'll see another pit stop from him. Bandit, I don't know he's got enough fuel or not. Him and Noxie, I don't know. They might have to have a splash and dash before the end. Skyjacker could have. Homesick definitely isn't pitting again. He's going to the end of this race. Down in 7th place, chasing his teammate. Look how close they all are. It's unbelievable. And Homesick Alien wants to get by his teammate and get on with it. His teammate might have to drag out that fuel a little bit, you see, and he doesn't want to be involved in any kind of fuel saving. He's filled his car up for a reason. He still feels there's a podium in it for him, but not while he's stuck behind Skyjacker. He needs to get by his teammate. As sexy as it looks with the two monsters on track, this is hurting Homesick Alien's chances of a podium position right here, right now. Racer Brown's into the pits. And yeah, I don't... well, maybe this is team tactics. Maybe Skyjacker's giving Homesick Alien a pull around the track. If anything, Skyjacker would prefer it the other way round. He needs to save fuel more, and he could sit in Homesick's toe quite happily. So Matt Psycho is coming around the final corner, but we saw Racer Brown moving already, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is unbelievable. Absolutely fantastic stuff from the Toyota drivers. Look at that. They're a pit stop ahead of the rest of the field. It's cracking. And I still think Matt Psycho might have to pit before the end of this race. Now we got Noxie again, his favourite move around the outside of Druids, but it's not there. It's not happening for him. Oh, and he nearly lost it there as we got Homesick has got himself by Skyjacker. And he's giving him a thank you because I think Skyjacker must have opened the door for him. And with these two battling ahead, and again, Homesick with a chance of a podium with Matt Psycho possibly having to make a pit stop again, he needs to get by these two that are battling when they should be fuel saving. They should be helping each other. Ooh, a little knock from Noxie, but Bandit maintains. Guesty's into the pits as well, and I am afraid, I think that the Racer Brown Toyota, it's a Monster sponsor as well. I've just noticed it's got Monster on the top, I think. Gets by and takes the lead. Unbelievable stuff. Fantastic. Yeah, it's got an M on the side as well. It's a really nice livery there. I imagine that's Guesty's team again, coming up with an absolutely stunning one. So a Racer Brown ahead of Guesty. And it's a Toyota 1-2, Ferrari 3, but I think he's got a pit. Homesick Alien, he's already got past Noxie, and he's got the move done on Bandit, and Noxie's followed him through. Noxie has followed him through, and Noxie, he's been trying to get the Bandit for a long while now, and he manages it on the coattails of Homesick Alien. Great driving by all here, and Bandit loses down to 6th place. With Noxie now looking at the Alien, but the Alien's got such fresher tyres, I imagine it won't be long until they become an advantage, and he starts pulling away from the BMW and the Mercedes. Jim then, where is Skyjacker? He's gone in again. Oh, he said I wasn't sure about his fuel, but there you go. Ensign Newer also into the pits. The Baz has been into the pits, and Pat is in the pits. And it doesn't look like there's too much work going on that car. So has he parked it? He may have done. He is in the chat, so he possibly has parked it. So Nissan pit wall, no fighting from 00. And Pat saying, anyone a black and white Mercedes, one previous owner, a few dents. And Racer Brown stretching his legs now, absolutely owning it with Guesty 4.7 seconds behind, with Matt Psycho in 3rd place. Homesick, now it's the Matt Psycho's fuel is flashing. 9 minutes from the end, he is going to have to pit. And Noxie and Bandit, Noxie's done well with his fuel. Noxie's done a lot better than Bandit did in the Mercedes, and the Mercedes tyres are looking rough as well, and Bandit may have to pit that one as well. But he's got Jim not too far behind, only 11 seconds. He might lose that position. He'll keep ahead of Skyjacker though in that Merc, and we haven't seen that Merc any higher than the real low position. So this is a great drive from Bandit, coming in strong, but like I said, the tyres are looking worn, and and I don't think the fuel is going to get him to the end. Racer Brown absolutely chugging it out there at 22.3 last time around, heading towards the line, and again owning it. Another 22, coming up to put a lap on 9th place, is it? Where's Baz in 10th? Coming up to put a lap on thingy, and there goes Matty into the pits. And Homesick Alien has said he was fighting for a podium today, and it's looking good for that as he goes across the line and takes Matt Psycho's podium. Noxie following him through. It's looking good with fuel. Well, I don't know. It's tight. It's very tight. It's tighter in that Merc though, and I imagine the Ferrari will whip through, and he gets out ahead of his teammate. So Matt Psycho 6th place, chasing down Bandit, but Bandit might have to come in for a splash and dash before the end of this race. Noxie, it's very tight on fuel. Homesick Alien 16.5 seconds behind Guesty, and Guesty is 5 seconds behind Racer Brown, and there's now going to change there. Those three are all running to the flag. And Homesick Alien needs a disaster in the Toyota camp to get anything out of this race more than a podium. Noxie still in it, but I think he's going to have to short shift and watch that fuel tank the rest of this race, the last 7 minutes. He's not going to be able to push the Beamer as fast and hard as he would like to. And same with Bandit. I think Bandit's going to have to come in. I think that's a foregone conclusion. He's not going to take that car all the way to the end, and he's got Matt Psycho catching him up, and Jim's only 5 seconds behind the Psycho. So I think Bandit can get 7th if he pits. He comes back out. There he goes. No, yes. Well done. Good call from the Bandit. I think there's only one call to be made. And then the big question mark is on Noxie now, who's 4 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho, but he's going to have to do a lot of management in that car. Homesick Alien. There's nothing really. He can't really do anything, can he? He's not going to catch Guesty up in this race. 17 seconds in 6 minutes, and it's unbelievable where Guesty and Racer Brown just absolutely shot away. They were not that far ahead, but somewhere along the way they really found a lot of pace. And there's a girls person saying new dating online, brilliant. And Double O saying Noxie has it covered, the BMW can save fuel. There you go, from an expert there. Double O knows more than me, and says that fuel is fine in the Beamer. That Beamer can do it. Well, yeah, it hasn't moved much, and that was 7 minutes ago. It hasn't really moved anywhere. So yeah, the Beamer's okay, but Matt Psycho has pulled in a lot of time on Noxie. So it might be hard for Noxie to keep the Ferrari behind him in the remaining 5.5 minutes that we've got. And Matt Psycho's teammate is only 7 seconds down the road. But Noxie, we have faith. Great at fourths. He got his podium in the first race, and that Beamer is very handy, isn't it? It's very handy in the GTMC. Ooh, and here goes the move. And it's not too difficult. I don't think Noxie put up much of a fight there. He knew that it was pointless. And the Matt Psycho chasing down the Alien. Now, does Matt Psycho fancy it? Does he fancy it with 4.5 minutes to go, just over? Does he fancy having a go at the Alien? The Alien's doing 24s. Matt Psycho did a 22. And I think Matt Psycho fancies a podium today. And he's chasing after the Alien. Nissan better radio in the Alien and say, you're doing great, consistent lap times. We need you to go at least a second faster per lap. It's been licked. Unbelievable. He's strong with the force. You left. Where is he? Is he licking his lips, thinking, I like cake. Cat just ate a bit of cake on the side. He loves it. So Racer Brown leads the way. So we're having cat for dinner tomorrow. Roast cat and spuds. Lovely. A la boob. A la bob. I know you hate him. You know the rules. He's laid the rules down. You leave a cake on the side unattended, he will lick the buttercream off it. Luckily, it's no one else's cake. It was just an offcut that we were going to enjoy as a family, but now we're not because the cat enjoyed it. I'm not fussed about cake, so I was never going to be eating it anyway. So Racer Brown is leading by nearly 10 seconds. Guesty is in second spot with Homesick Alien 3 seconds. He's on it. Matt Psycho, he throws down the gauntlet. He says to Homesick Alien, I'm coming. And he's catching him. Homesick Alien, I don't think he can get any more than 24s out of that Nissan. And Double O in the chat saying the M6s are lovely on GT7. Definitely replace the Merc for me as a favourite. There you go. And Homesick Alien, he has gone a bit faster, but not enough. Look at Matt Psycho, absolutely pulling him in. And the Nissan is cruel to its tyres. We've only got 2.5 minutes left of racing, and Homesick another 24.1. He has gone about half a second faster a lap. Matt Psycho still getting the 22s. This is going to be absolutely tight as a duck's nut at the back, or at the end of this race. I was thinking of a duck's nut at the back. So Guesty and Racer Brown have got this one all tied up. Homesick Alien is going to be fighting for that podium pretty soon, unless Matt Psycho ruins his tyres. Noxie, a gallant, beautiful drive in the BMW to take it all of the way with a one-stopper and getting himself a 5th place to go with his podium today. But is he? Because Jim is catching him up. The Ferraris have come to life at the end of this race. Less than 2 minutes to go, and both Ferraris are chasing down their foes. Bandit in 7th, a cracking little drive, and I think maybe Mercedes' highest finish so far this season, possibly, I'm not sure. Ensenua in 8th, and the love-hate or more hate-hate relationship with his Honda continues on with the Baz in the Porsche, not getting much out of the Porsche today. Finishing in 9th, Skyjacker, a day he'd rather forget, and my word, he's got to go in for the 10th time today for some fuel. And maybe he's going to try and do a fastest lap shenanigans, but I don't think anyone's getting 22.3, are they? Only Racer Brown. I think Guesty was getting into the 22s, although Matt Psycho we saw in the 22s, dropped into the 23s. He's only 9/10 behind the Alien, and this is going to be their final lap, and it's going to be hero or zero for Matt Psycho. He's still got time to make up, and I think the tyres are going away from him, not as much as Homesick Alien. He's wriggling around in the corners, and it's Matt Psycho that's got the power, and he's bringing it to the back door of Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien keeping his Nissan as wide as he possibly can as he makes his way around here at Brands Hatch, and Matt Psycho chasing him down. Jim is not quite getting the same manoeuvres getting done on Noxie, and Noxie looks safe, but Homesick Alien far from safe for the battle of that podium. Come the end of the race, 15 seconds on the clock, and Matt Psycho is certainly starting to put the pressure on the Alien. Can the Alien? Oh, he's got a wiggle on, and that's all done and dusted. No, Matt Psycho still not by, and I thought that was it, and Racer Brown crosses the line with the win. Superb stuff as Guesty brings it home for 2nd place. Great drive for the Toyota boys. Brilliant stuff. And then Homesick Alien, can he keep that podium away from Matt Psycho? The Ferrari has been absolutely pushing it all the way, and it doesn't seem like he can do it with the Nissan still ahead as they reach the checkered flag, and it's Homesick Alien, take hey boo my son, and Matt Psycho brings it home in 4th. Noxie, a great drive in the BMW, again racking up some excellent points and gets himself 5th place. Superb in the BMW. Jim in 6th, grand, and a Bandit, awesome drive for 7th with Peace and Love on their bumper. Peace and love. Super stuff for Bandit. Ensenua got 8th, Bazza got 9th. Skyjacker, did he go for the final lap, the fastest lap? He's not going to get it anyway because it's gone past 22. It was an outlap anyway. Just a little squirt to get into the end. 10th for Skyjacker and 11th for Pat, but he finished in the pits. Oh, wow. That was hectic between the Nissan and the Ferrari at the end there. And there's Racer Brown. Awesome stuff. Still no trophy. They won't give him a trophy, will they? He's got enough, that's why. I think he said too much. And so in the chat, I'll take you to race results, read the chat, then do the race results. Here we go. So, where were we? Pat saying, just need a message from the Nissan pit wall to tell Homesick that Matt is faster than you. He does. Matt definitely pulling a scenario 7, says 00. Pat saying 3 previous 7th place finishes for Bandit. At least one of us can make the car work. And 00 saying, geez, that last lap. That was hot stuff. So Racer Brown took the win with Guesty in second. And I don't know, Guesty will be having mixed thoughts about that one, I imagine. Looked like a win, but Racer Brown somehow turned that one around. Homesick Alien getting that podium, but by the skin of his teeth, because Matt Psycho definitely had the intention of getting a podium here today, but Homesick Alien somehow, some way kept hold of that one. Matt Psycho, amazing drive at the end there to go for all. He went all in, but finished in 4th. Noxie, great drive for a 1-stop in 5th. I think the only one that made a 1-stop work. So well done. Jim in 6th. Great drive there for good points ahead of Bandit in 7th, who I think nearly made a 1-stop work, but had to get a splash and dash. Then Ensign Hewitt in 8th, with Barry Twins bringing his own Porsche home in 9th. Skyjacker / Spinjacker in 10th, and Pat coming home in 11th. Racer Brown got the fastest lap with a 1:22.304. Unbelievable pace. Unbelievable pace. So that was the GTMC Season 6 Round 4. And if you come back next week, we'll be at Interlagos. Racing fun corners at Brazil. They'll be going really fast and you will still see Racer Brown win the race probably. Oh, what a great show it'll be. So yeah, join us next Thursday for round 5 of the GTMC. Tomorrow evening, I still don't know if he's streaming or not. But there is the Sir Sterling Moss Shield, the race of non-champions. So we will see a definite new champion at the end of that season. That starts Friday at Laguna Seca in the Group 4 Mazda Atenza. So I think it might be streamed. I'm not sure. But Skyjacker, we're all willing him to step up to the mic. He's done so many pit stops. And he's more than capable of doing a better job than what I would do. He knows the cars better. So it might be streamed. We'll see. We're hoping. We're keeping our fingers crossed for that one. Then sometime over the weekend, I've still got the team versus team, but apparently it was an absolute shagfest. So I don't know how to make of it, but it didn't sound like it was fun tidings happening on Wednesday evening. But I will try and get the replays streamed at some point. And what else we got? Tuesday, the week after, is the GT3 World Endurance. And that will be at Interlagos. Oh, it's one of them where everything's at Interlagos. We've got the GT3 on Tuesday. That's at Interlagos. Wednesday, we've got the team versus team again at Laguna Seca. Then Thursday, it's going to be Interlagos. And then Friday, Laguna Seca again, I think. So, yeah, it's going to be one of those weird weeks. And it's awesome when that happens. That's everything. Don't forget our website, www.virtualracersclub.co.uk. And it's getting close to Christmas. If you go to our website, then there is a store. I don't know how to get to it. I have got to it before. It's been a while, but you can get to it, like a store that sells things with VRC on it if you want. The hoodie looks awesome, but you know, that special person in your life, that's what they deserve. They need some VRC merch. So get yourself there and get buying. We don't make any money out of it. It's nice. It's nice to try and get people to buy stuff that we've got our name on it. It makes us feel validated. So, if you want to make a group of grown men feel validated in life, go and buy a hoodie. Racer Brown saying, thank you, thingy, lol, no worries. And Racer Brown saying, Skycom's coming to VRC tomorrow. Skycoms, yes. And he can Y it all he likes. He can use as many Y words as he wants while he's on the air. No one's there to stop him. Right then, I think that's it then. I don't think there's anything else to tell you, so I will wrap this up. Oh, I haven't told you who I am. I was your broadcaster and your commentator, Gymnasium. Thank you for joining us here at the Virtual Racers Club. Peace and love. Peace and love. Smoke me a kipper. I'll be back for breakfast.